All right, welcome to the Leupold Core Insider. We're actually at SHOT Show 2018.
Nice.
And, yeah, and Tim is looking sharp today. I don't know if you guys see that, but he means business at the SHOT Show. So, hey, I just wanted to thank you so much for being a part of Team Leupold. And I'm Bruce Pettet, President and CEO of Leupold, by the way. And there's the camera. Perfect. And I just wanted to just thank you so much for being a part of Team Leupold. We're proud to have you on the team, and you continue to amaze me with accomplishments in so many areas of your life. So it's an honor to have you as a part of the family.
It's so cool. It's it's almost a dream come true. The first gun I had, my dad put a glass on it.
Yep.
And it was a Ruger 10/22 shooting squirrels, and it's the only thing we're allowed to shoot until I was 10, and then I was allowed to go on my first hunt.
Right.
And and it was a Leupold scope. The first time I went to sniper school, we had Leupold scopes on all of our guns. First time I deployed, I had a Leupold scope on my gun. First time I was ever in a really bad gunfight, I had a Leupold scope on my gun. And you said the accomplishments I'm doing. Well, you can't do those by yourself. Just plain and simple. There's no way. I'm not Superman. I bleed just like everybody else. I put on pants the same way as everybody else. I just have access to some really great tools and some really great people that have helped me, and Leupold has been one of those my whole entire life. So it's almost like I'm humbled to be part of this team, and it's something that I've wanted a really long time, and there's nobody better in the world. And I think we're going to try to show that. I'm going to try to show that. I say be hard to kill, and I'm hard to kill because I got good guns that can shoot a long ways, and I can shoot faster than, fortunately, most people I've gotten in a gunfight with. And now we get to really prove why Leupold is relentless. Show why you guys have the toughest, best glass there is. Why guys are breaking records, world records, shooting your scopes. And I just want to re-break all of them so I have them.
Good. We want to help you do that.
Yeah.
We want to help you do that. We, it's Leupold and Stevens is a special company, and we have 700 employees up in Beaverton, Oregon. We make rifle scopes 7 days a week in our factory, and it's this uniquely American company that just doesn't exist anywhere else. No. And what's special about it is this expertise that over 70 years of rifle scope making we've developed in that factory. And we have a number of employees that have been with us over 40 years. And if you think about that experience going into the craftsmanship of making rifle scopes, I want you to know, it makes them so proud when, we talk about how we work to create epic moments. And growing up and with my boys, today, we still talk about those epic moments that we've had in the field together, and it could be Thanksgiving, and we could be talking about a hunt we were on, 5-6 years ago. But what I will tell you, Tim, is that our team at Leupold and Stevens, the epic moments that sometimes we hear about when we get some feedback from our warfighters, and they say, hey, I was in this situation, and everything worked flawlessly, and that gives me chills right now talking about it. But that's what inspires our team, whether they're hunters or shooters, to make sure that every day we can provide that epic moment. Yeah, and that's really what we're about.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a you are the tip of the spear too. Yeah. Not only are these scopes on with guys that are at the tip of the spear, but you guys are leading the charge in a lot of ways. So, I remember when Todd Hodnett, before anybody knew who Todd was coming to Fort Bragg. He's writing on the window bullet calculations to do a loophole shot, and later comes into like ballistic calculators. Oh, that's how you do it. Like that's the guy wrote it on a window as he's driving to come train us. You guys were one of the first to put the horse reticle into a really good scope. Yeah. And I was one of the very first guys to ever get one of those scopes. You didn't know that. Nobody here knew that. Here it's shot, but that's a true story, and there's no hiding that. Like that scope went to Iraq a couple of times, to Afghanistan a couple of times, and then a couple other places a few more times in my hands, and did real work. And you're talking about 700 employees in Oregon. That's in the United States, right? Yeah, imagine that. American
Still
company.
Is.
Yeah.
Still is.
Yeah, barely. But American company with American employees making American product to go serve Americans to protect freedom. I mean, how cool that is that nobody understands. I hope you understand how cool that is and how special that is and how rare that is. And it's becoming more and more rare. And it's becoming more and more special, and which makes Leupold that just so much cooler. Well,
hey, tell me about some of the new stuff you got going. We talked a little bit yesterday, but I want to kind of get a little bit of the plan.
So I got a show on History Channel right now called Hunting Hitler.
Yep.
And it's a good show. It's the number one show in the world for History Channel, which is cool. Actually, you see episode 1, I got Leupold binoculars and in Norway trying to find a specific spot to go dive on where we found a submarine that last night episode we found a submarine that nobody's dove on before and designated it as an actual burial site for German soldiers, which is cool to be part of something. It's a deep tech dive, so a few hundred feet down for a few hours, pretty rough day in Norway. And I got another show for A&E where I ran the Army sniper competition, the international sniper competition. I ran the whole competition as a competitor, and then I went through with the competitors as a host. And, guys are shooting Mark IVs on, SR-25s and some guys on steel bolt guns, so that's cool. And then my new show is going to be on Discovery Channel. It's called Hard to Kill. And we're going to go and find companies like Leupold, like American companies that embody and personify everything about being American. And the other thing that company has to do is have a job where guys get hurt or they die. And we're going to figure out what the worst case scenario is for one of those guys, their worst day, your worst day on the job, and then I'm going to recreate that day, and I'm going to see if I can live through it. And
that's incredible.
Yeah, it's called Hard to Kill.
That is cool.
It's not about. It has nothing to do with me.
Yeah,
it's really paying homage, respecting the lineage of these guys. Whether they're drilling oil rigs so we can drive our cars, or they're bullfighters that are putting food on Americans' plates, or whatever that job is. Arctic helicopter pilot that goes and delivers food or antibiotics to some tiny, Kodiak Mountain off Alaska. Yeah. Those guys crash more than anywhere else on the planet. Mm-hmm. Helicopters in the coldest water, you could find.
Right.
So it's finding those guys and those jobs and then telling their story so people can really be like, all right, I'm not just getting on a 747, strapping in and waiting for my beverage service, my peanuts. It's like there have been pilots that have died so that we, from the Wright brothers until, now the F-22, people have been putting their lives on the line. There's no crash test dummies. There's a pilot that gets in a plane and sees if it flies. And I don't think people grasp how American that is. That people have really sacrificed so much so we can drive cars, so we can have oil, so we can have food, so we can, so you can get antibiotics to crazy places, that you can get the things that you need anyways. So that's the show.
That is cool. Yeah, that's, we one of the things that's a hallmark of our brand is that, we talk about relentless performance and that any condition that you're in, we have a lifetime warranty on our scopes, but we like talking about the fact that you'll never need it, because they're going to work, and it's that relentless piece, and you absolutely embody that spirit of being incredibly relentless.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying. We'll see if I make it. I still have 4 more episodes to shoot, and I lost almost 20 pounds in the past 5 weeks.
Really,
just beat up. Like
really?
This week here is the lightest week I'll have for the next 4 months. So I need a break, man.
I bet you do.
I just want to go hunt. Can we just go hunt?
Yeah, exactly.
Shoot.
I think that's the other thing too is having you as a part of the team providing product feedback. We listen. We listen really well, and we always want to be relentless in improving and doing it better because even after 70 years of making rifle scopes, we know that we can continue to improve what we do. And I think you bring a unique perspective because of your experience as an elite warfighter and what you have there, but also as a passionate hunter.
Yeah.
And I think that's the perfect spot of blending that together to get really the absolute perfect a product for our users.
That's the the bleed over, like if you're going to be like, people think hunting and tactical are such separate things.
Yeah.
That snipers are these steely-eyed killers. It's just, man, it's that dude that went hunting, and grew up in the woods. That's the best sniper that there is on the planet. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I've done some pretty sketchy things protecting that flag. Like I believe in America. I love this country so much. Like my heart bleeds red, white, and blue. And, it's not for naught. It's for a reason, and I believe that. But I don't know where I would be mentally, spiritually, emotionally if it wasn't for hunting. That's healing. There's something. I'm connected to the food I eat. I'm connected to the people I work with. My hunting partners. Those are guys that I've deployed with. And Kyle Lamb.
Yeah.
He and I went hunting. I was in skinny jeans. And
I'm sure that he let that go.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
But you know what? That morning, we stepped out at 3:30 or 4 in the morning to try to walk in on some pigs and some whitetail. And for 5 hours, we didn't say a word to each other. Not one word. But not one word needed to be said.
Yeah.
We just enjoyed each other's company, which was complete silence.
Yeah.
And there's such beauty and there's such peacefulness in that silence, and until you're there, until you hear that squirrel fighting with that other squirrel that's pissed at the woodpecker, that's going to piss us off because it's going to scare that deer away, and like we're laughing,
yeah.
But
it's
God,
true,
that's
though.
a beautiful thing.
I know.
And like you said, it's full circle, man, and it's a beautiful, wonderful thing to be part of, and it's healing. There's nothing wrong with yoga. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with church. It's also fine. There's nothing wrong with whatever you're doing, but man, for some of us, that's where I get better.
Yeah. It's a special part of our culture, and you want to, as a hunter, get more people to understand that, right? I think that's one of our jobs as hunters is how do we just that serene peace that goes along with being on a hunt and being out there. It's just there's nothing I've come across that matches it.
No, and we're stewards.
Yeah,
we are stewards of the land and of the animals. I think, I hope that one thing that I can do in conjunction with representing Leupold is make people understand, become more aware that the best people in the world to protect habitat. You want to find true conservationists? Go down
They're
here.
Right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I'll tell you what, I will fight tooth and nail to protect every tree and every forest I want to go hunt in. And I will protect every single animal to make sure that it is, one, living the life it's supposed to be, and the one that I'm going to go and kill, it's the right one, and there's a reason for it.
Yep.
And there's a bad rap, I think, sometimes even in this industry. Like, oh, you have guns? Yeah, man, let me tell you how much I love guns and why I love them. Mm-hmm. And there's some very passionate conservationists, and I think that's a real hunter. That's one thing I hope we can bridge is that perception from the other 47% of this country, so they can grasp. You just can't walk into a supermarket and pull that food off that shelf and there not be a cost in it.
Right.
And that disconnection, that disconnectedness from that food and how significant it is. Hunters get it.
Yeah.
We got to fight to fight uphill to get that. But
it's a great point. I mean, I know I've experienced where I've had the chance to talk to non-hunters, and generally, I find some of them they're kind of agnostic. They don't really know, and if you have an intelligent conversation about what the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation has done for elk and how basically elk were almost gone. Yeah. And then you look at elk population today is the healthiest it's ever been in history, right? Yeah. That's from conservation, and all of that has been driven by hunters. Mm-hmm. All of it has been driven by hunters. And you look at Ducks Unlimited and their success. And when you
try to find somebody that has protected habitats more than Ducks Unlimited.
You can't.
There's no one.
No.
So shut your face. How about that?
That's it. And when you lay those out and you talk about what that is, I've had some. They don't even want to hunt, but they go, you know what? I get it now. No. I get it, and so I think we have a job to do there. So, well, hey man, I know you got a busy schedule, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for coming and talking to the Core Insider, and you know what? Tim Kennedy's he's an American hero, and he is a passionate hunter, and we're so glad that he's part of the Leupold family. So, thanks, Tim.
Dude, I'm pumped. Thank you.